What is it you want, Doolittle?
I want my daughter, that's what I want, see?
Well, of course you do. You're her father, aren't you? I'm glad to see you have a spark of family feeling left. She's in there. Just take her away at once.
What?
Take her away. Do you think I'm going to keep your daughter for you?
Ah, is this reasonable, Governor? Is it fairity to take advantage of a man like that? The girl belongs to me. You got her. Where do I come in?
How dare you come here and attempt to blackmail me? You sent her here on purpose.
Ah, don't take a man up like that, Governor.
Well, the police should take you up. This is a plot to extort money by threats. I shall telephone the police.
Have I asked you for a brass farthing? I'll leave it to this gentleman here. Have I said a word about money?
What else did you come for?
Whoa. What would a bloke come for? Be human, Governor.
Alfred, you sent her here on purpose.
So help me, Governor, I never did.
Then how did you know she was here?
I'll tell you, Governor, if you only let me get a word in. I'm willing to tell you. I'm wanting to tell you. I'm waiting to tell you.
You know, Pickering, this chap's got a certain natural gift of rhetoric. Observe the rhythm of his native wood notes, Wilde. I'm willing to tell you, I'm wanting to tell you, I'm waiting to tell you. That's the Welsh strain in him. How did you know Eliza was here if you didn't send her?
Well, she sent back for her luggage, and I got to hear about it. She said she didn't want no clothes. What was I to think from that, Governor? I asked you. As a parent, what was I to think?
So you came here to rescue her from worse than death, eh?
Just so, Governor, that's right.
Yes. Mrs. Pierce! Oh, Mrs. Pierce, Eliza's father has come to take her away. Give her to him, will you?
Now, wait a minute, Governor, wait a minute. You and me is men of the world, ain't we?
Oh, men of the world, are we? Yes, you better go, Mrs. Pierce.
I think so indeed, sir.
Here, Governor, I've took a sort of fancy to you, and if you want the girl, well, I ain't so set on having her back home again, but what I might be open to is an arrangement. All I ask is my rights as a father. You're the last man alive to expect me to let her go for nothing. I can see you're one of the straight sort, Governor. So, what's a £5 note to you, and what's Eliza to me?
I think you ought to know, Doolittle, that Mr. Higgins' intentions are entirely honourable.
Well, of course they are, Governor. If I thought they wasn't, I'd ask 50.
You mean to say you'd sell your daughter for £50?
Have you no morals, man?
No, I can't afford them, Governor. Neither could you if you was as poor as me. Not that I mean any harm, mind you, but if Eliza's going to have a bit out of this, why not me, too? Eh? Why not? Well, look at it my way. What am I? I asked you, what am I? I'm one of the undeserving poor, that's what I am. Now, think what that means to a man. It means he's up against middle-class morality for all the time. If there's anything going and I puts in for a bit of it, it's always the same story. You're undeserving, so you can't have it. But my needs is as great as the most deserving widows that ever got money out of 6 different charities in 1 week for the death of the same husband. I don't need less than a deserving man, I need more. I don't eat less, Auntie, than he does, and I drink, a lot more. I'm playing straight with you. I ain't pretending to be deserving. No, I'm undeserving. And I mean to go on being undeserving. I like it, and that's the truth. But will you take advantage of a man's nature? To do him out of the price of his own daughter, what he's brought up, fed and clothed by the sweat of his brow, till she's grown big enough to be interesting to you two gentlemen? Wow. Is £5 unreasonable? I've put it to you. And I'll leave it to you.
You know, Pickering, if we took this man in hand for 3 months, he could choose between a seat in the cabinet and a popular pulpit in Wales. We'd better give him a £5.
He'll make bad use of it, I'm afraid.
Ah, not me, Governor, so help me I won't. Just one good spree for myself and the missus, giving pleasure to ourselves and employment to others, and satisfaction to you to know it ain't been thrown away. You couldn't spend it better.
This is irresistible. Let's give him 10.
No, the missus wouldn't have the heart to spend 10, Governor. £10 is a lot of money. Makes a man feel prudent like, and then goodbye to happiness. Now, you just give me what I ask, Governor. Not a penny less, not a penny more.
I rather draw the line at encouraging this sort of immorality, Doolittle. Why don't you marry that missus of yours, eh? After all, marriage isn't so frightening. You married Eliza's mother.
Who told you that, Governor?
Well, nobody told me. I concluded, naturally.
If we listen to this man for another minute, we shall have no convictions left. £5, I think you said.
Thank you, Governor. Thank you.
Are you sure you won't have 10?
No, perhaps another time.